Hello everyone and welcome to Battle of the Beasts All Generation episode number 79. This is the second battle in round 2 and today we've got 2 more beasts fighting out for that next spot in round 3. So with these beasts they have been in what I would say are mediocre battles in round 1. And I say mediocre because the matchup for one was not a battle between 2 beasts who I'm not a big fan of. And the matchup for another one is incredibly obvious on who would win. So it was kind of a chore to do those battles, I think. But other than that, we got a good matchup here. Representing Series 16, the Siege of Gwildor, Destroyer of Scalix, the... What is Scalix's title? The Snapping Horror, I think. So, Destroyer of Scalix, the Snapping Horror. It is book number 3, Solix, the Deadly Swarm. And representing the large group of specials, the Destroyer of Xeric, the Bone Cruncher, from season 15. This one is looking to expand his legion to create an army to destroy and conquer the tournament. I am, of course, talking about special number 10, Ferrok, the Iron Soldier. So, obviously, Ferrok's looking to expand his army to multiple beasts. He can have multiple at his disposal, and if he does, then he will be unstoppable. And if he makes it to a final, he'll be intimidating his opponent, where he'll say, I have an army. And the opponent, who, let's say for amusement's sake, is going to be Crestor, Crestor will be like, I have a Hulk, and I am the Hulk. Yeah, so Ferrok will be battling against Solix today. I mean, interesting matchup, really. This is the worst matchup in round 2, in my opinion, though, because I think it is obvious. Ferrok will be having his first Iron Legion member with him, which is, of course, Xeric, the Bone Cruncher. So with that, battlefield will be a plain rocky arena to help Solix, and Xeric does not need water anymore. So with that, okay. Like I said in the previous video, I'm trying to cut down on the ums and ahs, and I just realized I said them multiple times already in this video. This is really annoying me now. Right, let's get to the stats. Solix, the Deadly Swarm. Another beast conjured by Kensa from innocent creatures, this time millions of helpless ants, joined together to create one gigantic insect beast. Her only weakness is the sound made by the ram's horn Tom won on a previous quest. But as they're ants, they are also bugs. So this is an extension to what the book says. We know what's coming up. Abilities are Ant Body, Natural Armor, Natural Weaponry, Deformation. Ants are the minions, and weaknesses are a sound weakness. So with that, that is the abilities for Solix, being able to change her side with the ant body ability. And we will say she can take the form of multiple shapes with the ants as well. But the only beast shape is Solix that they can have. Going on to Ferrok now, the Iron Soldier. So, this giant is formed from molten iron and uses his sharp sword to magically draw flame into his body and increase his strength. The sword is not his only mode of attack. When Tom challenged the beast, Ferrok conjured a net of fiery ropes to keep him subdued. The battle was one of Tom's deadliest ever. And abilities: Fire Manipulation, Weapon Mastery, Transmutation, Enhanced Strength, Enhanced Durability, Molten Steel Manipulation, Speech, and his hold on. Okay, I'm an idiot. Okay, so I obviously went through the Beast Quest wiki to find out the abilities and such. However, I made a bit of an oopsie and forgot to take a screenshot of Ferrok's weaknesses. So going up to speech is all his abilities, but I forgot to take care of his weakness, which from how the battle ended in the book, his weakness is water. So okay. With that, Solix versus Ferrok. Let's get into this. As the chamber doors open, a small army of ants just come marching out in lines of four, like in brigades of two parallel lines, multiple groups of them, each with a brigade of 100 ants. They all come storming out, going around the arena, and make a giant formation covering up half of the arena. And when the other chamber doors open, the ants look into the chamber and see eyes of fire growling towards them, smoke rising from the sky exit. They seem confused by what's coming out there, but then there's a shake that happens when one step is taken, then another one, followed by another, another, and eventually Ferrok appears in all his glory, roaring into the arena, holding his sword at the ready and his hand clenched in a fist. The Solix ants form up to form the giant beast of Solix, coming up to eye level with Ferrok. They engage in eye contact, and Ferrok starts things off by saying, "You don't have to fight. If you just join me now, we will win together." Solix takes a moment to think about it and hisses and clicks in response, which will translate to, "I'm not interested in alliances. If you want to win, you need to beat me fair and square." This is the one and only time I'll ever give Solix honour in this tournament. Ferrok says, "Very well, then meet my minion." He gestures towards the chamber behind him, and out comes a molten steel, iron-cladded version of the BC defeated in round one. It is Xeric, the Bone Cruncher. Solix looks in shock at the beast that is in front of him and his minion. In front of her, Solix is a female. Solix doesn't back down though, and Ferrok takes a step back and says, "I'll let you two get acquainted." Xeric goes to attack Solix using his vines to wrap around Solix's arms and pull them aside, causing Solix to fall forwards a bit. Solix screeches in anger and charges up towards Xeric, and just deforms herself into hundreds of ants going all around the body. Xeric is trying to rive them off, trying to snap on them, defeat them, everything that he can, but it's not working. The multiple ants. Solix, the leader, Solix, commands everyone to start eating into Xeric. Pardon me again. Xeric, and all the ants follow suit and start eating into Xeric. Xeric roars in anger, refusing to give in though. He still keeps shaking around, trying to shake them all off. Ferrok, realizing Xeric is not helping him very much, he conjures up the fiery net and chucks the net over Xeric, which is burning into Xeric, but this time he's not feeling the pain, and the ants which have come into contact with it are almost incinerating. All of the Solix ants gets off of Xeric and forms back up, and Ferrok says, "I notice you can't really handle against my minion that well. If you can't beat my minion, you can't beat me. So why are you still fighting?" After some growls, clicks, and a few other sounds later, Solix translates it saying, "Because I would rather die a free beast than become a minion to you." Ferrok says, "Oh, but you won't be a minion. You won't be a minion at all. See, I won't win when the tournament's over. I won't be the winner. We will be the winner." Solix has no interest in joining Ferrok, and Ferrok decides very well. Then you must lay in pieces. So Ferrok draws his sword and starts slashing at Solix. Seems to be doing almost nothing though, because the sword's not made of fire, but it's still quite hot. The ants that come into contact are burning and dying in the process. Ferrok summons up the net and chucks it over Solix's beast head. The ants are burning away as the net gradually falls to the ground. Solix is screeching, trying to attack Ferrok, but every time ants touch Ferrok, they almost incinerate instantly. Solix does not know what to do. She's gradually shrinking in size, but Ferrok is not even letting in. By the time Solix is only at Ferrok's waist height, Ferrok gives Solix one last chance to give in. Listen, you know you're not going to win. You can't beat Xeric. You can't beat me. Why are you still fighting? You know you've lost. Join me, and you can help us win the tournament. Solix contemplates this choice, knowing she is the last piece left in Series 16. She doesn't want to let her series down, but she knows she won't win. While she's thinking, Ferrok is conjuring up a metal blob in his hand, ready to encapsulate Solix in it. Solix calls back all the ants from Ferrok and Xeric along all around the battlefield to come up to her normal height, and she bows down, ready for this encapsulating. As Ferrok puts his hand on Solix, making the metal blob expand, going over all of Solix, Ferrok says, "Great choice. We would do so well together." As Solix is encapsulated in the metal armor, Solix gets back up, stares into Ferrok, gives a nod in agreement that they will win together, and Ferrok, Solix, and Xeric make their way back to Ferrok's chamber, ready for round 3. So with that, Ferrok has won, Solix has lost. You think Solix should won? Please in the comments below why you think that. However, I want to have a very good explanation why you think that. But with that, Season 16 is eliminated. So what I will need to say here is Ferrok's army is growing. Originally it was just one beast, but now it's another beast, and that beast can deform and reform multiple times. Arguably, when they're encapsulated in metal armor, they are stronger than what they are already, which is already making Solix, well, no, it's already making Ferrok to be as big of a threat as he is. And I gave Ferrok the victory because, come on, ants burn easily. As soon as they come in contact with Ferrok, they're gonna die. They're gonna burn. So with that, there was no choice on who was going to win that. Ferrok was easily going to win that fight. But that's all for this time. If you like what you saw, if you liked, leave a comment, don't forget to subscribe, press this notification bell down below. Whilst this was the most boring battle of round 2 in my opinion, I need to be honest, I still enjoyed narrating that one. Until then, I'll see you next time.